Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, rock stars, before we get to the gossip and everything else, I wanted you guys to bring your attention to this, what I have on today. This very lovely t-shirt, rhinestone embellished. This was sent by one of the very own rock stars, Nene from NPO Creations. She has sent me so many things over the years, you guys, and I don't know if I've talked about her stuff. I think I might have mentioned, a t-shirt or two from her, but she just sends it out the kindness of her heart, never expects me to say anything about it. But in this case, we did want to make sure that you guys saw this t-shirt. So like I said, Nene is a rock star from NPO Creations, and she has created this t-shirt as a former military vet who has struggled with some mental health issues, PTSD from being a vet. You can imagine how that can go. I think she's been deployed once. And in her quest to better her mental health, she has decided to make things that help many other people that are also trying to get better with their mental health struggles. So I can appreciate something like that. You guys know that, just watching my last few videos, that I haven't been in the best place, okay? So I admire people like this who take the time not only to try to help themselves, but also to help others. Nene is a person who does care. And I've learned that from, talking to her over the years. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to let you know about this t-shirt. You guys can go on her website, NPO Creations. I'll put it on the screen here, but you can go on the website and you can look at the very many resources that she has to direct people towards bettering their mental health. She has things on there about your mental well-being, comedy, music. There are many links on there that actually can help people just trying to get through the day, Also in this t-shirt, even though I have it on, you can't see, but there is a part. Actually, if you go on her website, there is a video that she explains all of this. But she also has some technology, and I was like, come on, Nene, all right, technology. So there is a code on here that you can scan. It's on the tag in the back, but you can scan it, and it also will bring up the information that she has. I'm sorry, it'll bring up the information that I was telling you guys about those links. So yeah, all of that makes it very easy for you. This t-shirt she is also selling, so that will be on the website. And she's offered a 10% discount for the rock stars. But let me just show you. You can't, the camera just does not appreciate it. When I opened the box, I was like, oh, this is really nice. She originally said she made the shirt for men. It was a man on the original shirt, and then she did like a companion shirt because if the man is going to be well with mental health, the woman needs to be well with mental health too. So she made this t-shirt. Like I said, proceeds, some of the proceeds will go towards a mental health. She's going to support some sort of organization that better helps people with their mental health as well. She hasn't said what that'll be, but I'm sure y'all can reach out to Nene and ask her. But yeah, I just wanted to thank her for this t-shirt, you guys. It's so nice, thick quality and everything, but I also like the message behind the t-shirt. So even if, and there's also a book, honey, there's a book that goes along with the t-shirt. It's a whole thing, you guys. I don't have the book, but like I said, go on her website, check out what she's doing. Just I wanted to support, so that's why I made sure you guys saw. It is so pretty though, you guys. Yeah, you guys go on her website and check it out, okay? There is a code. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I don't remember it, okay? But you'll get 10% off your entire order. She also has she does, it's for wellness of the whole body. So you go on there and just check out what she has, okay? And again, I want to thank Nene for sending me this shirt and always being around to just listen. Yeah, I appreciate you. Okay. All right, you guys, that was it. I wanted to make sure I got that at the beginning, and let's get to the gossip. All right, you guys, so the first story up, I just had to talk about this, which was the video that I'm stuck on Nene. The video that Nene made when she found out, I'm assuming shortly after she found out that Porsha had given her the, Porsha had abandoned the business venture or the business deal that they were going through. Now, when I say that, it's not really a business deal, you guys, but apparently Nene and Porsha were going to be on the Netflix show, The Upshaws. You guys know that is the show with Michael Epps and Kim Fields and, you know, it's that show. And they were going to be on the show there. Now, I don't know if Porsha and Nene had spoken beforehand, but Nene did find out that Porsha was going to be the person that played, you know, along with her on the show. And she was excited about it, she said, because, you know, her and Porsha are good friends and they hang out together and they always have a good time and this, that, and the other. Well, fast forward to the day that she was supposed to go and shoot her scene with Porsha. She said that she did go to the set as ordered, you know, and she got made up and everything, and she went on to the set and they filmed what they were supposed to film with her, but apparently they had a stand-in or someone for Porsha. And Nene didn't understand why. She said that even when she took a break or something, you know, Porsha never came and she couldn't understand what happened. She said, finally, when they had wrapped for the day, one of the producers, I guess, had reached out, one of the crew or the staff had reached out to her and told her that, well, asked her, you know, do you have any problems with any of the other housewives? Because, long story short, they were about to recast Porsha's part. And she didn't understand why. Like, what happened? Like, I thought she was going to come. Now, she did not say how she found this out. Because she just kind of said, and then I found out later that Porsha pulled out because she told them that she doesn't want to work with me because we've had bad problems in the past. And I was just like, let me tell you something. It is no honor amongst thieves. Like, I feel like them girls are all pretty much cutthroat. I feel like, Porsha, you know, the sweet, kind little Porsha, innocent Porsha, all that. I don't think that is, you know, I have taken that out of my mind. Okay, Porsha is not that person. Nene, we already know what kind of person Nene is. This is confirmation of the kind of person that Nene is, you know, to get on camera and once again complain about how she was done wrong in some sort of situation where it comes to business. You know, I feel like Nene just continues to shoot herself in the foot. I don't know if it's because Greg is not here any longer and Greg may have been that one person that can kind of a little bit wrangle Nene in. I mean, she's a strong personality. She's not one of those people that you can really easily wrangle. But I feel like Nene now she just does things without thinking. Now, to me, first of all, we're going to get to Porsha, okay? But I'm going to tell you what the problem I have with Nene doing this. Nene, I bet you, I bet you, for every actor out there that has gone on to do some sort of work and found out that somebody on that same crew or cast has stabbed them in the back, I bet you I would be a rich person if I could sit here and talk about all the people that have probably been stabbed in the back by somebody that they were going to be on the show or work together with, that they had all thought that, you know, things was well until it finally came down to it and they got the shaft, okay? I'm sure it happens all the time in Hollywood. Yes, it's fucked up. You know, I'm not saying that it's right. But I bet you that there are times when people have to say, like, I can't work with that person. Even though you might be friends with them, but nope, I'm not working with them. I'm not, you know. You don't see them actors getting on camera and coming and telling the people. Because honestly, what you telling me, how does that help you? You telling this crowd of people who don't have anything to do with the Upshaws, we don't make any decisions, you know, we ain't paying nobody, all we doing is sitting here and getting entertained by your full of fucking niggatry, by always blasting what goes on. Now, I'm not saying that what Porsha did was right, okay? But what I'm saying is Nene needs to learn how to not do this. This is kind of one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of people don't want to work with Nene. Even if Nene is right, it's kind of the same with Mo, okay, Monique. Even in instances when they are right, you know, it's just not handled that way. And that is what ends up being the reason why people don't want to work with you. You are labeled as difficult. Like, you start to look like every time you turn around, you're complaining about something. And Nene is the queen of doing it. She does it all the time. Okay. So that was the problem with Nene. I was just like, Nene, you're going to have to learn how to just be like, okay, bitch, I see you now. I understand how it is now. Yeah, we can get together. We can key it up. We can be with our, you know, African men. Porsha, not so much anymore, but yeah, we can all hang out and we can do this and hang, you know, spend money and go on trips and all that. But when it comes down to the business, you're not really trying to be seen out there with me like that. Okay. So now Nene knows better, and Nene needs to, you know, figure out her thing better. All right. You know better, you do better, right? Okay, so that's what the problem that I have with Nene. And then, of course, Porsha. I just was like, Porsha, if you considered Nene a friend, maybe you could have given her a heads up. You know, just a forewarning to let her know, soften the blow a little bit. But Porsha didn't do that. Now, granted, Porsha probably did not realize that somebody was going to blast her and tell her what happened. You know, that she probably thought that they would have just told Nene, yeah, Porsha couldn't do it anymore, and now we're going to get somebody else. But whoever told her that Porsha didn't want to do it because she didn't want to work with Nene, well, they was being messy too. Okay? Excuse me. But if the fact of the matter is you didn't want to work with Nene, you needed to. I mean, if you was really going to be a friend, but you know, you got difficult friends. You know how some of your friends, you be like, Lord, I ain't got the energy for this one today. I can't even be around her. I can't talk to him on the phone. Like, I just can't. Sometimes it takes that conversation, like, girl, I just don't know if that's going to work, like, for what I'm trying to do. It probably wouldn't have went over well with Nene, you know, because at the end of the day, you saying that, bitch, I don't want to work with you. But, you know, again, Porsha probably didn't know that they was going to tell that, you know. But, yeah, it is fucked up to me. It is fucked up to me. But like I say, I don't think that these girls are friends. I don't think anybody, it's so much fakeness. And you starting to really see it with these housewife shows and everything, all of the turmoil that goes on the show. Well, they're not on the show anymore. Well, Porsha's back, but Nene's not. But, you know, it's just, I feel like them girls just put on an act on the show and really put on an act now. And I feel like I don't even know Porsha anymore. Like, I feel like, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like I don't know her anymore. The one that I used to like, I don't know if that was the real Porsha, if even that was an act, but I don't get it. But yeah, that was fucked up, but it was just sort of like, Nene, girl, it happens. I'm gonna need you to figure out, you know, how to not be so mad and always wanting to blast it to just regular old Joe Blow on the, like, we can't help you, girl, we can't help you. So you did all of that so that people can look bad at Porsha. And all that is so childish to me, okay? All that is childish to me. But, you know, for a person that thrives on social media and likes the attention that they get from social media and all of their fans, because Nene still has a lot of fans and followers and everything, you know, that's their only way that they can actually get back at a person. But like I said, you know, Nene and Port, like, I don't think anybody is friends. I think they all fucked up. I think all of these women have an ulterior motive in mind, which is to continue to push themselves, and everything else just falls by the wayside, child. So it's too bad. It's too bad. But you know, I'm like, Nene, why you mad? You still working. See, that's the thing. Like, Porsha ain't stopped your bag because you still did the scene, right? You still working. They said they was gonna recast Porsha. So at the end of the day, nothing was affected on you. You just was butthurt that Porsha said, "Nah, I can't work with that bitch." Okay? Like I said, this is the best way you can find out who really is your friend, who truly is in your corner or whatever. So I need Nene to grow up. Like, Nene can be so mature on so many things, and then other things just be totally, I mean, I'm not saying she shouldn't be mad, but telling us all you wanted to do. And then to add insult to injury, you guys saw the picture of her and her man with Simon and his new woman. You know, and I don't do fake fair weather friend shit, okay? Like, even if a friend of mine pissed me off, and I've had friends that have pissed me off, okay, whatever secrets, whatever bad, you know, I'm not going to try to go back and get at them by hanging out with they old nigga's new woman. Like, no, I'm not doing that. That is such a bad look. You know, some people was just like, hey, you know what? Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, Nene. Okay, she don't give a fuck about you. You shouldn't give a fuck about. It's not even about that, you know, but, and I hate that Nene gets some sort of pleasure out of looking that way to really a bunch of people that, you know, don't even really care about her like that. You know, that's more of a how you look as a, you know, how your character looks, that you can actually go, yes, Porsha did slight you or whatever, but for you to do something like that, like, it was just like, oh girl, we must have never been friends to begin with. I still couldn't hurt people that I once loved, you know, and I do still love a lot of my friends that I just don't talk to anymore because of whatever reason, but I don't have no problems with them, and I'm still not going to do nothing like that. You know, it's just, to me, it's just your character. That shows your character. But like I said, these women, I don't know what their character is. I don't know what nobody's personality is. I don't know if motherfuckers is acting or telling the truth or what. Everybody is just weird and different. Okay. So, but yeah, that picture that I saw her with, I was just like, oh, fair weather friend ass biatch. Like, really? It was terrible. And, you know, Porsha act like she didn't care. I'm just tired of seeing all that. I'm just like, girl, y'all need to get something to do. Just figure out something to do. Well, Nene, because Portia's working. Well, Nene's working too. But like I said, this ain't going to be good for her. You know, that ain't a good look for her. Whatever, you child. I got to move on from that. But what do you guys think? I mean, you guys let me know how you think Nene should have handled that situation. Okay? Again, she's still working. She's still doing the scene on the show. They didn't say they was cutting the whole thing. They just putting somebody else in Porsha's place. Girl, why are you mad? Move on. Move on. All right, you guys. Next story is Oprah Winfrey and this whole weight loss situation. I'm over Oprah and her weight. Okay? I really feel like Oprah has like an obsession with weight, and it just continues to rear its ugly head. We know that Oprah has been fighting with her weight ever since she was on, hell, even when before she had the Oprah Winfrey Show, when she was as a newscast, you know, she was a newscaster. Even when she was that, she always talked about her weight. You know, we didn't know her then, but I'm saying she's talked about it in the past, that, you know, she's been struggling with her weight basically since she's been an adult. And even she was a heavyweight child, she said. So this has been something that has been an issue in her life forever. We saw her lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight while she was on Oprah Winfrey. And I'm sure that it's a lot of pressure on a woman, black woman, who has like prime spot, talk show. Everybody's watching. I mean, this woman is a billionaire now. So Oprah was one of those people who I'm sure had a whole bunch of eyes on her, and the pressure was tremendous, and she had this feeling that she needs to look a certain way. You guys know how that goes, right? So I get why she is so obsessed about her weight, but I really thought that we had moved on from this. So after she got off of, you know, after the Oprah Winfrey Show stopped, and, you know, we kind of saw her trying to figure out OWN, but she was, you know, not quite in front of the camera anymore and all of that. And I think we had just decided, and Oprah had even told us that, you know what, she ain't worrying about that damn weight no more. You know, she can't be running back and forth on all these damn diets and doing all of this. Like, she is just going to be fine where she was. I thought that's where she was with it, you guys. I thought that's where she was with it. We saw her being healthier. You know, she has her huge estate up there in Santa Barbara, California. And, you know, she was always in her garden and all of this. And I was just like, okay, I mean, Oprah's in her 60s at that time, you know, like, this is a grown woman. Yeah, she could probably stand to lose a few pounds. But, you know, my mom always said that as you get older, that you should have some meat on your bones. You need it to be a little bit heavier because, one, you lose your appetite. You don't have as much bone. You don't have as much mass and density, and you brittle and you fall. You know, you need some fat to cushion the blow. That's why when you see older people falling and breaking their hips and all of that, no. So my mom always felt like, I've always felt like that too. That's why I'm like hating that I've lost that weight. But yes, I feel like it's not, you need to be a little plumper as you get older. Okay, not fat, I'm saying just a little bit of meat on your bones. And really, I didn't look at Oprah as like somebody that was extremely overweight, but I know that's a personal thing. And people might look at me and say, Roxanne, you're not that skinny. But when I look in the mirror, I see skinny. When Oprah looks in the mirror, she probably sees fat. And so that's something, a mental struggle that people have. That's something with inside. So, but I thought she was cool. Then we saw her get on the whole Weight Watchers thing. And then she ended up buying Weight Watchers or something like that, or had like a lot of shares within Weight Watchers where she was like a major shareholder. But then I think that shit went bad. So she had to get the hell up out of there. And it was just sort of like, Oprah, girl, we all right with it. I know that, and it's funny because when I'm saying this, I feel like I'm talking to myself too. But it's like, Oprah, we okay with it. You don't have to be skinny. You don't have to be thin. You don't have to be none of that. You are fine the way that you are. But people can tell you that over and over and over again. If you still feel like you look a certain way, I don't give a damn what anybody can tell you. Okay, I'm exactly that same way. So, I mean, I guess I get it. Now, we've got Oprah, who is an extreme believer in the Ozempic weight loss drug. And we saw that Oprah, we didn't know originally, but Oprah was losing weight. And I had already assumed, because I assume anybody that's losing weight in Hollywood is taking Ozempic. But we had assumed that she was taking Ozempic, and then she finally did confirm that yes, she is using the Ozempic and getting the injections to lose the weight. And Oprah looks great. Okay, she has gotten down very small. I don't know if we've ever seen her this small. Okay, and I mean, it's starting to get to the point where her head is starting to look bigger because she's gotten so small. You know, she has all that hair and everything, but she looks good. I was willing to just be like, okay, Oprah, you look good. You're doing the Ozempic thing. But now I'm seeing that she's starting right back into that weight loss thing and talking about it. Just last night, I saw they had a documentary on about weight loss. And it went into Ozempic, but it was a lot of other things talking about, you know, children obesity and all of that. But it was just sort of like, Oprah, I just don't want you to do this anymore because I feel like Ozempic, even though it's been around for as long as it's been around and diabetic people have been taking this drug for a long time, I feel that now that people know that it's like this wonder weight loss drug, because that's the side effect of Ozempic, now we've got people that are taking it and could possibly be abusing it. We still don't know what I'm sure they do know what the side effects are, because like I said, people that are diabetic have been taking it for a long time. But it may outweigh the bad, like when you're diabetic and you need to take this drug and you have the side effects, it probably still outweighs the other thing, which is that you could be diabetic and not be taking medicine and be as sick as hell and possibly dying. Okay, so they take the Ozempic for that, but you've got people that are taking it for weight loss, which I still don't think is a bad thing, but I feel like this should be for someone who is extremely overweight. Now, again, that is depending on who you looking at, who might say. I might look at a person and say, oh, they're not overweight, but somebody else might say that, you know. To me, 20, 30 pounds you might need to lose, that is not enough to me to safely be on Ozempic. Now, Roxanne ain't no doctor, so I'm just telling you guys. But to me, it's not safe to be on a drug like that to lose 20 and 30 pounds. Okay, it's just like, just do the work to work out and all, because of the side effects. I mean, we just saw Marlo Hampton talking to Carlos King, and she told him how her system, her body was all fucked up from being Ozempic. Yeah, she did lose weight. She said she got down to a 2. Everybody was sending her, she was sample size. And she had told us on Real Housewives reunion that she wanted to be sample size, and she wanted to, you know, that's what she wanted to do next. That's what she did. They were sending her everything. She was loving it. But then she turned around and said that she was fucked up and that she was constipated for 3 weeks. I said, wait a minute, what? Hello, wait a minute, what? You guys, I can't even imagine. Constipated for 3 fucking weeks. Now, you guys know, like I know, this is about to be TMI, but you guys know, like I know, that you can't even fucking concentrate for that whole goddamn day that you're trying to get this shit out of you when you are constipated. One day, it take 24 hours out your damn life that you going back and forth to that fucking bathroom, you sweating, you making deals with God, you praying, please, Lord, if you please just get this out, and you rocking back and forth. You might even be crying, you trying to pull it, you trying to do whatever you can to get this shit out your ass, okay? TMI again, but can you imagine doing that for 3 weeks? Nigga, I would have a fucking nervous breakdown. Ain't no way that I could be constipated for no 3 damn weeks. That's one of the reasons why I have this problem with my anemia, because I was having problems with the iron pills. And shout out to the Rockstar that actually told me about these blood builders that I've been taking that have doing really well. But that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to take the iron pills, because I was always getting constipated, and I do not like being constipated. I am a person that eats vegetables, rough fish, fruit. Like, I am one of those people. I don't drink a lot of water, though. But I am a person that I don't think I eat that bad. And that constipation, that alone would make me not, you know, I even had a friend who was taking it, who got extremely ill, was in the hospital. I had a friend that could not stop with the diarrhea. She said, Roxanne, the diarrhea would just hit. It wasn't like, you know, your stomach was boiling and churning and shit. And you'd be like, oh shit, it's cooking up in there. I need to get to a toilet. Okay. It wasn't like that. She was like, girl, I could just be sitting there chilling. And then it was like, shit now. Okay. And she said, sometimes you make it to the bathroom and sometimes you didn't. No, I can't be walking around. I can't be doing that. Okay, them kind of problems right there alone would make me not want to take Ozempic. But all jokes aside, you guys, and that wasn't really no joke, but all jokes aside, when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. I don't want Oprah to be coming back in 5 years and her telling us about all these problems that she now has with her body because of, you know, and I'm not wishing that on Oprah or anybody that's taking the drug. But what I'm saying is, we see you. You look good. You look good. Okay? But are you wearing Depends? Like, are we out, you know, are you having these kind of problems? To me, it is not worth it. But again, I'm not overweight, like 100 pounds, a person that's 100 pounds overweight, I would be like, yeah, they could take the Ozempic, because it is very hard. That's a daunting task to lose 100 pounds. You know, most people can't do that on their own. They need some help. But when you got, like I said, when you got 15, 20 pounds you trying to do, and then you done got down, and then you be like, oh, I like this look, and you might even lose more, and you start looking like you are underweight. No. And I just want Oprah not to talk about it no more, because I'm going to tell you that if in a couple of years she come telling us about the problems that she's had with Ozempic, she's going to be the laughing stock. Okay? Because it's going to be like, here go Oprah again, telling us about her weight, and now she back up, and this didn't go, and this and that. And it was just like, Oprah, I just want you to be over there, girl. You ain't got to be the champion for weight loss. You deal with it how you deal with it, and we see it, and you look good. But yeah, I'm just like, girl, you just setting yourself up. These people gonna say something about you if this goes left. And I don't want it to go left, because I know it's many of you guys that are on Ozempic for the weight loss reasons. But I want everybody to y'all be careful. Just be careful taking that shit. I mean, I got friends that didn't really like I said, only needed to lose a few pounds, and they was doing Ozempic. Marlo said that she was addicted. Like, she loved it. She said she even misses it still. I said, girl, you miss being constipated? Girl, absolutely no. Oh my God, you guys. That is the worst. The worst. Okay, 3 weeks, bitch, they'd have me in the fucking hospital. So I'm talking about a mental one, nigga. I would be crazy. Crazy. To me, it's still more important to just be healthy. All right, you guys, they say that Bruno Mars has worked up this huge $50 million debt at the MGM Grand. You know, MGM, I'm not sure which hotel it is, but you know, MGM owns a lot of hotels out there in Las Vegas. But so they just said the MGM Grand Hotels, the chain, said that, or somebody said that Bruno, well, I can't get my words, child. Bruno Mars had then worked up this $50 million gambling debt. And I was just like, what? Now, what's going on now? I ain't seen Bruno. I don't follow Bruno. You know, he usually only comes out when he got his music and then he kind of goes away. So I didn't think that it was weird that we hadn't heard from Bruno or anything. I just figured that he was in between projects, right? But no, they said that he been out there in Vegas and that he been gambling his ass off. Now, I guess the rumor was picking up steam and whatever. And the MGM finally came out and was just like, oh, no, that is not true. Bruno does not have any gambling debt with us. Okay, we have worked with Bruno and we have made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of him, you know, by people coming and going to his concerts, staying at the hotel, you know, just bringing that more attention to Las Vegas. So, oh, no, we don't want to disrupt and upset the relationship that we have with Bruno. Bruno is good. Okay, he has no debt with us. They say that Bruno Mars makes $90 million a year. And I was like, I bet the fuck he do, because when I looked at them tickets to go see him in Vegas, I was like, wasn't shit under $2,500. I was just like, now what is happening? Like, with regular people don't go see Bruno? Why the fuck the tickets was $2,500? I mean, I guess maybe they had some that was less. But I think that my aunt loves Bruno Mars, and I think she went to go see him for New Year's, and I think them tickets was like almost $3,000. You guys, I was just like, oh Lord have mercy. I don't know anybody that I like that much to pay that kind of fucking money for, you know. Not knocking the people, because I know y'all be doing it. Okay, that's on y'all, nigga. I got other shit to pay for. So I'm listening to this story, you guys, and it feels like one of them situations where you say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And let me tell you why, okay? You got to listen. You got to read in between the lines on these kind of stories, you guys. Now, Bruno makes $90 million with the MGM Resort Hotels, okay? The debt is $50 million. No, Bruno is not in debt, because Bruno makes $90 million. So MGM is going to get their money out that $90 million. All right. So yeah, he ain't got a problem, because we just going to take it out the 50. We going to take it out the 90, and then he going to have 40 million left. He still, you know, his $50 million debt is taken care of. Like, to me, I was thinking like, yeah, MGM is saying no, he doesn't have a debt because he still has more money than what he owes. You know, you guys get what I'm saying? I feel like it's a play on words. Like, I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. And these kind of stories, when they just come out the blue like this, sometimes I just be like, well, maybe that might be a little bit of truth to that. Okay. But like I said, MGM was like, no, we gonna get our money. Baby, you best believe we gonna get our money. So no, he ain't in debt. He ain't in debt, because we still, you know, but the problem with that is if he truly does have a gambling problem, you know how easily, I mean, fuck, he done lost 50 million. Fuck, it can't be that hard to lose 40 more. So it's just like, yes, that's a problem. Now, he might not have no gambling debt, but he might have a gambling problem. Okay, now, I don't know if this is a true story. I'm just telling you guys that usually when something like this comes out, it's because somebody been talking, they ain't quite got the story right. It's a little bit of truth to it or some kind of way. Like, you know, Bruno might be hitting them online poker games hard. All right. And I've known people, used to work with somebody who had a huge gambling problem, and it was a serious problem, like losing family and home and everything. Okay. So it's real. That gambling online is real. But not that he was online, but gambling period is real. And, you know, you can look up and you can lose a fortune. You can lose a fortune. You know, you make a big enough bet, you can lose it all. So maybe somebody needs to go check on old Bruno. Make sure, you know, make sure he ain't out there, you're risking it all just for the thrill of winning. Okay, but maybe, you know, does it sound like it's something that he would do? I mean, we don't know these people. We don't know these people. He could be out there just spinning it all up and doing whatever, but well, we'll see. But we're going to keep our eye on the story. But that's what I was saying. Sometimes you just got to read between the lines. Do you believe that Bruno might have a gambling issue? All right, you guys, next story is our prayers are up for the Pettway family. You guys know Jessica Pettway. You might not know her, but she was a natural hair guru. That's what we used to call them back in the day. She was on YouTube, and at one time we had a lot of girls that were natural hair girls, and you know, they would give advice on hair tips and all that, the same way every makeup gurus and all of that. Okay, she was one of the original ones. We didn't call them influencers back then. The way that I found out about her is that when Instagram first started, I kind of remember just scrolling through and always seeing a picture of the girl and thinking that she was Solange. I always thought she looked just like Solange to me. And I would see the pictures and be like, oh, that's a nice picture of Solange. Oh, that's a nice picture, you know. And then I think I realized that she had like a picture. It was pictures that she was taking with a little girl. And I was like, Solange doesn't have a little girl. I was like, who is this? And that's when I found out who she was. And I followed her for some time. But then I don't know what happened. Sometimes I don't be following people anymore. I unfollow them if I don't see their content or I don't care to see it anymore or whatever. So I didn't follow her anymore, but I always knew who she was. So then one of the Roxstars asked me the other day, was like, Roxanne, do you know who Jessica Pettway was? And I was like, yeah, I know who she is. And they said she died. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? Come to find out. Now, you guys, we ain't crying today. You know that this is an emotional week. I'm leaving for this funeral tomorrow of my friend Cheryl, who did die from, I believe it was either cervical, uterine, ovarian cancer, one of the female reproductive, organs and situations down there. So this story hits very, very close to home, and it makes me sad to even think about it. Not only just my friend, but even some of the issues that I'm going through. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just going to give you guys a real brief. But Jessica apparently back in 2022, she was told that she had fibroids. But she was also having many problems with bleeding. And if you have fibroids or cysts or any issues, thickening of the uterus, I mean, I could go on and on. It will affect your period. Okay. And you will end up being on your cycle for long lengths of time. I had learned so much going to this doctor that I just saw recently, my new OBGYN. He told me, he was like, you should not be double protected when you wear, when you're on your cycle. You shouldn't have to wear a tampon and pads. I was like, I've done that my whole, the whole time that I've been wearing tampons. Okay. And he was just like, you shouldn't be bleeding like that. And I think that there is this myth, because Jessica also said it in her post, that she just thought that was normal, that she just had a heavy period and she thought it was normal. And the doctor was like, no, you should not have periods for no 7 days. You should have a period for about 4 or 5 days. It should be heavy for a couple of days and then light. Okay. That is not how it has happened for me. And that was not how it was happening for Jessica. She was bleeding to the point where she was passing out. Now, this is extreme bleeding. Even I was having bleeding for long lengths of time, 2 and 3 months. That's a lot of blood you're losing. She was losing to the point where she was passing out, and long story short, she come to find out that it wasn't fibroids, that she actually had cervical cancer. And that they did not realize it until it had progressed to stage 3. Now, that is so sad and so scary and so understandable for anybody who has been in this situation like us. Hers is way more severe than mine, and I'm praying that I don't have those same problems that she had. But what I will say is the medical I've learned so much. I'm telling you, the medical, the doctors, first of all, everybody is working too fucking hard. You know, they understaffed and they got too many damn patients, and there's that. Okay. But I felt like my original doctor, my original OBGYN just did not make it seem like it was that big of a deal to me. I mean, she did not make it seem. When we found out that my test came back clean and all, she was just like, okay, well, you just give you some iron pills and an IUD. Maybe we'll get an IUD. And I was like, an IUD? Why would I want an IUD? You know, she never even explained anything to me. And I just thought it was ridiculous, you know, or you can get on the pill, you know, and I was like, I'm not doing the pill because why I get my damn tubes tied to be taking pills and shit. And that's more hormones. And I got a problem with that, you know. And so it never seemed all that important to the doctor, so I didn't pay attention to it. Then fast forward a year and a half later, I'm back at the hospital getting another blood transfusion. And after that happened, that's when the doctors really started to let me know, and they were men. Okay, I've had all women OBGYNs in the past, and it took these men to actually say, no. This is wrong, really wrong, and very serious, and we need to do something about it. And I don't want to make it about me, but I feel like, you know, I don't know if Jessica was in that same situation where a doctor was not making them feel heard or seen. You know, they shuffling you in and out, you know, and you don't know, fuck, they the doctor. It's very intimidating to be at a doctor's office. And, you know, you go in there with your mindset, you're going to tell your doctor, this is what they going to do, this is what they going to do, this is what they're going to do. And then you get in there and then they get to telling you. And you like, well, they're the doctor. They know. They've been to school and training and they know. And it makes a person such as myself who doesn't like confrontation or anything like that, it makes you just be like, oh, okay. And you just sit back and you just take whatever they're giving you. But that is not the way to be. That is not the way to be. And I'm telling everybody now, this should be Jessica Pettway's situation should be this should be a reason why all women need to take charge of their treatment, especially when it comes to your reproductive, you know, your whole reproductive system, because that shit can go so haywire. And, you know, next thing you know, you have cancer and you're dying. I know she has a daughter. I don't know who else she, you know, if she had any other kids. But this is a tragedy.